Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. So excited to be here. I'm Sherri Snelling, and I am a gerontologist and author, as many of you know, and I'm also going to be hosting our 5th annual Caregiving Club Holiday Gift Guide. We're so excited to share this year's ideas, and we've received so much input from people who have sent us things to evaluate and suggestions from others. So we want to get right into it. But first, I wanted to explain a little bit of my background and costume, because you're going to probably be watching this on YouTube. So I've got my Grinch outfit on, and I don't want you guys to think that I am the Grinch. I just love the Grinch, first of all, because he's green, and I love everything green. But, for me, the Grinch was always one of my favorite animated cartoons as I was a child and a kid growing up, and even as an adult, because it's a story of redemption. It's a story of how we can let negative feelings and challenges and social isolation and other things, loneliness, overcome us, particularly during the holidays. And we can just feel grouchy and grumpy and grinchy, but yet we really just need to dig a little bit to find that joy and that happiness. And as we all know from the Grinch book and also the animated cartoon, eventually the Grinch finds his tribe. He finds his friends, he finds love, and he finds what all of us are looking for, which are those wonderful relationships that so often I think we come to appreciate and be grateful for during the holiday season. So with that, we're going to launch into our, as I said, our 5th annual Caregiving Club Holiday Gift Guide. We're so thrilled. This is always a really popular video for us to post every year. And I want to just note a couple of small things that we did this year. First of all, where we were able to get information from the manufacturers that their product has been approved as an eligible expense against a flexible spending account or a health savings account at work through your employer. Many of us have those, HSAs or FSAs. We noted that because we wanted you to be aware that this could be part of that benefit that you can use those pre-tax dollars for. The other thing is we also made a quick note that if any of these products or services were located in the LifeMart, that is a discount shopping, online shopping resource. It is for employees of certain employers. So your employer has to accept it, and then you sign up. The membership is free, but you do have to sign up and sign in, and then you get discounts on a lot of different projects or products and services. And I actually worked with the LifeMart team to curate a lot of the senior care and older adult care products and services that are in the LifeMart now. So that was a really great project that I really loved. And we have had in the past, some of our gift ideas have definitely been in that LifeMart. And we're going to have links to all of our other 4 annual gift guides. So you can check all of those things out because they're still wonderful gift ideas from years past. But we always try to be fresh every year and bring you new ideas and bring you new things to think about. So I just want to make those 2 notes because you're going to see those 2 little icons on some of the pages here for some of the products and services that we're going to talk about. And again, what we did is instead of doing one big, long, giant video for you to watch, we broke it into the 3 categories that we have. So we have, of course, our caregiver wellness and self-care and me time gift ideas. And then we have our wellness for older adults. And we do include also some gift ideas for those adults who have dementia. And then finally, we have our wellness for the home, which is a really exciting one too. So we're going to have those 3 videos. We'll edit those separately so you can watch each one depending on which one you might be interested in, or if you only have a few minutes, you can watch each one just for a few minutes and then get to the next one on the next day or whatever. So with that, we just want to say we hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays to everybody out there, and happy shopping. So we just had to get Penny as the Grinch's companion here. As you can see, she's got her little Grinch hat on. Had to get her on camera to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody, and also happy shopping and happy sleeping, which is something Penny does really well. Happy holidays, everybody. So as I mentioned, welcome to Caregiving Club's 5th annual holiday gift guide. As we said, we are doing our 3 separate categories, which are wellness for caregivers, wellness for older adults, and wellness for the home. We're going to do 3 separate videos on that. And so this is one of 3. And this is all about wellness for caregivers. So again, don't forget to check out our other 2 videos as part of our inclusive holiday gift guide. But let's dig into the wellness for caregivers. So in this video, we're highlighting our picks for best caregiver wellness gifts. And, we're focusing on things that, again, give us that boost in brain health, connect our neuroscience, if you will, with nature, but mostly our 5 senses. Because we know those are the things that, kind of boost our happiness, and particularly during the holidays, those happiness hormones that we often talk about and joy are what we're looking for. And so we try to find some gift ideas that will really immerse you in those things, as well as giving you that sense of calm in the chaos that can sometimes be your caregiving journey. So our first gift idea is what we call Get Bamboozled, but in a good way, because it's all about Cozy Earth's bamboo sheet sets. Now, we know busy caregivers need their bedrooms to be a sanctuary at the end of weary days. And also, if you happen to be a woman and you happen to be in perimenopause, which many sandwich generation caregivers are, having a cool, sweatless night is heaven. So for all caregivers, bamboo sheets are soft to the touch and offer benefits like breathability, durability, and hyperallergenic comfort, which is a great option for all sleepers in any season. Now, the one thing several things that are really great about bamboo sheets, they are temperature regulating. So if you're a hot sleeper, it actually regulates to make those sheets feel cooler in any season or climate. If you're a cold sleeper, then it helps you in terms of, keeping you warm. The hyperallergenic component is really great for sensitive skin or people who have allergies, because bamboo resists dust mites, bacteria, mold, and they're also odor resistant. So they have a really quick dry nature because of the bamboo rayon that gets used. And this is going to really help with sometimes the odors that come from the bed. They're also, of course, buttery soft, breathable, great for brain beauty sleep, and they're eco-friendly. I know a lot of you really, have a very eco-friendly lifestyle. So it's a sustainable bedding and it's long-lasting. So with proper care, you can have these sheets last for 4 to 10 years, which is sometimes almost twice as long as normal. And it comes in a variety of colors. Now, they are expensive. So the sheet sets, which is the full set, typically for a queen or a king, started at around $300, but we have the deals for you. The Black Friday deals have already started, so you can go to cozyearth.com or amazon.com, and the discount is down to about $180, which isn't too bad, and particularly when you think about how long the sheets will last and the kind of comfort it'll give you, that's probably well worth your self-care investment. Our second gift idea is what we call wearable wellness. And these were actually recommended by a listener to our podcast. And so we checked them out and we really loved them. So we wanted to include them. But these are acupuncture recovery socks. Now, they're wearable little mini massages for your tired, swollen caregiver feet. We know caregivers are often, waiting in waiting rooms or, running around, trying to take care of everybody. So some days you feel so drained, and it can be due to foot fatigue. Very often we feel energy depleted, but it's because our feet are actually aching. So these recovery socks help enhance circulation, stimulate nerves, soothe that muscle soreness after a really long day on your feet, also help with kind of sometimes, ankles and legs can get swollen when you're on your feet too long. So these socks are made of silicone and cotton, and they're machine washable and tumble dryable. And basically it's pretty simple. You just put them on when you come home, obviously take off your shoes, put them on, walk around your home, maybe, make dinner, whatever it is. But if you start with about 30 to 60 minutes wearing them around the home before you go to bed, you can increase or decrease that duration based on your comfort, but it actually does really help to relieve that tension from your body just through your feet. So these are in sizes small to large. They're about $60, and they come from one of our favorite online shopping sites, which is uncommongoods.com. Okay, our third self-care caregiver wellness idea is what we call what happens in Vegas, not Las Vegas, but Vegas, as in vagus nerves. So it's the Truvaga Plus Vagus Nerve Stimulator. And there's nothing better for caregiver wellness than sleep. We all know that. But we also know the caregivers don't often get the sleep they need. We have, sleep debt, which is not enough sleep. We have sleep disruptions, maybe from blue light emissions or digital noise or getting that call at 2 a.m. and you've got to rush mom to the emergency center, or sleep inconsistency. So, our schedules are all thrown off trying to juggle all the balls around the responsibilities of caregiving. And it's, creating an inconsistent circadian rhythm. Maybe we're not getting to bed at the same time, getting up at the same time. So it makes sleep health a real challenge for caregivers. And sleep can make your nervous system feel out of balance and increase your stress. And obviously, it also creates brain fog. And this is something that a lot of caregivers say they experience, is kind of that cognitive fogginess, right? That cog fog. So the Truvaga Plus uses gentle, non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation. Now, the vagus nerve starts at the base of your neck, travels all the way down your back to the bottom of your spine. It is the longest nerve in your body, and it is the nerve that is tied to what we call the autonomic nervous system. So this is the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system that you use to for your stress response, but also to get back in a calming homeostasis, or what we call balance. And so it just takes 2-minute sessions to help get you back into that balance. So certainly stress relief calms your body's fight or flight response. It does improve your sleep. So it does promote deeper, uninterrupted rest. And this is by balancing that vagus nerve. It enhances your focus. So you're going to clean out that cog fog, brain fog, and boost your mental clarity. And also it supports gut health. So stimulating the vagus nerve aids in digestion and strengthens your brain-gut connection. Now, it's a little pricey. I will say that. It's $400. And so gulp, for a lot of us, that might be well beyond the budget this year. But you can get a 15% discount. I was seeing discounts already for Black Friday deals. So you may want to just keep your eye on truvaga.com to see if you can get that for a little less. There is another way to get that, balance through your vagus nerve, and that's through breathing exercises, which of course are free. But this is something that really kind of does all that for you, stimulates the body in a good way. So again, if you're looking for making a real investment, and it might be for multiple people in your home, think about that. It's maybe not just for you, but it can be for your spouse or partner, or for your kids or whomever. Then when you start to kind of look at that cost, it might make a little bit more sense. Okay, our next gift idea is one I'm really excited to bring to you because it actually has a personal connection for me. One of my dearest friends and colleagues is Brooks Kenny, and she is one of the founding partners of a new company called Morlo, and it's basically fashioned to boost your brain health. And so what they have done, she and her two partners, Holly Morris Espy and Sandra Hoffman, they have created this bold, functional women's pickleball apparel that's crafted with brain-boosting benefits. So Morlo is actually luxury athleisure wear. And the brain benefit is not only does it really encourage you to move every day, which is known to help decrease Alzheimer's risk, but also for every purchase made, they donate $2 to Alzheimer's and brain health research and also educational programs. And I know they do some work with Hilarity for Charity, which, as you guys know, you've listened to my podcast and some of the other things that I've done with Hilarity for Charity, and started by Seth Rogen and Lauren Miller Rogan. They have just done wonderful, wonderful things in the dementia education and support community. So basically, you're going to boost your comfort wear while also boosting your brain health for everybody. And for busy caregivers, we know you probably don't have time to schedule that pickleball court on a daily basis, or even maybe once a month might be a little tough and challenging. But you know what? The clothes are so comfortable and so fashionable. If you check out, look at those. Those are my two favorites. The Midnight Hoodie is new, the Play Happy Hoodie. I love it. And then the Brooksy, named for my friend Brooks, is a long sleeve zip top. But look at how fun and fashionable, and you just kind of feel put together, right? Sometimes as caregivers, we feel frumpy. We don't feel like we're taking as much self-care with our look. And this is something you can throw on. It's going to be super comfortable, and you're going to feel like you look good and fashion forward. So the prices range from about $98 to $248. However, they do have a Black Friday deal. So 30% off of everything on the site. And also remember, your purchase helps that brain health research and education. So go to morelo.com and check it out. Our next gift idea is what we love, which is me time and also the sense of the season. So, scent is one of our most powerful senses of all 5 senses that we have. It sparks memory and emotions, ranging from calm to creative energy. And when we found this Me Time candle, which actually, again, I will say we got an email from somebody who listens to my employer webinars. And because I talk about me time, and obviously Me Time Monday is my book, they sent me an email and said, hey, have you ever seen this Me Time Monday candle or this Me Time candle? And I thought, oh, this is perfect. We got to include this. So it's a scented soy candle that's topped with crystals, herbs, and dried flowers. Okay, nothing could be more perfect to tie in with my book, because not only does it say me time, but it's all about having kind of that nature influence in a candle, which I love. I love just the little flickering flame, particularly during the fall. There's just something really calming for me when I see candles, and you have to be really careful. You have to do the safety thing and don't leave the candles burning if you leave the home or whatever. But candles to me are something that is really soothing. And I think that just comes from my childhood with us having candles, particularly around the holiday time. And it's also a perfect reminder, this Me Time candle, of the Me Time Monday program and my book. And so the other side of the candle purchasing here is something that's very extravagant. And I know it's an indulgence. I don't have a lot of vices, but I will say that candles are somewhat of my vice. I spend way too much on candles. I will say, however, that when we have power outages here in California, I'm like the only house on the block that has candles that I can share with people. The people don't have candles when or they can't find their flashlight or whatever. So I'm always the person out in the middle of the street, sharing candles. But, I love the diptyque candles. They come from Paris, one of my favorite cities in the world. And they are really made with, it's such a craft that they do with these candles, because the scents are beautiful and they're very evocative, bring back a lot of memories. I love the fall scent. So the sapin, which is pine, it actually, pine scents are helpful with anti-inflammation. So it's something that does have a health benefit. And then the feu de bois, which is French for firewood, it gives you kind of that cozy hygge. We talk about hygge from Denmark. It gives you that cozy hygge feeling during the fall. So those are my two favorites. And I said, they're a little pricey, so I get it. But the Me Time Monday candle is very affordable. It's only $30, again, from our favorite, uncommongoods.com. But if you want to go for it, you can find these diptyque candles online. They start at $78, and they're well worth it, in my opinion. Okay, our next gift idea we call Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. So many of you have probably heard of Therabody. They do a lot of different wellness wearables. And this is a really interesting one. We tried this out, and it's pretty good. It's a vibrational eye mask. So, caregivers, as we said, are often sleep deprived, and this can lead to anxiety, lack of focus, lack of energy, and it negatively impacts both your body and your brain health. So, eye masks are great because they will block the bright sunlight maybe coming through a window that doesn't quite close, the drapes don't close all the way or something. Or, if your spouse or partner gets up and they all of a sudden have blue light emissions, you got the eye mask on, it kind of blocks it a little bit. But this really goes way beyond that. And you can use it for both quick naps or deeper sleep. So it's the Therabody Smart Goggles. It's got a 100% blackout design. As you can see in the photo there, she is fully banded up there around her eyes with this really soft, comfortable goggle. And it uses compression massage. Now, this is where it gets different from just a regular eye mask, like a lavender eye mask that many of us have. It uses compression massage, heat, and vibration therapies to help reduce your stress, relieve headaches, and improve sleep quality. So 8 in 10 wearers reported less stress, and 71% reported less anxiety after wearing the mask for 15 minutes for 1 week. So right there you can tell, okay, so there's a whole loaded difference behind this kind of an eye mask, which is vibrational medicine, which is the big trend that we're seeing now in functional medicine and, wellness medicine. Now, again, a little bit pricey, $219, but it can be used by multiple people in the home. And with the Black Friday deal, you can find the goggles for $179, so getting a little bit better there. But you can go to therabody.com and check those out. Now, this is a fun one, and I call it, Where Did You Get Those Peepers? You know that song, Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? I can't sing, so sorry for, assaulting your ears there. But I have had so many people ask me from both my podcast on YouTube, which people watch, but also when I do my webinars, what glasses are you wearing? What are your readers? The brand. And I thought, okay, you know what? It's time for me to just put this in the gift guide, because they are really great. They're blue light blocking readers, which is so important for those of us who do a lot of, whether you're on your phone all day or whether you're sitting in front of a computer like I am for most of the hours of the day, you really need that blue light blocking, because it's about eye care. Our eyes become very fatigued. And again, we don't realize that our 5 senses all work in concert. So if your eyes are fatigued, it's going to affect things like, neck pain, shoulder pain, maybe even back pain. It might give you slight headaches. And it's all because our eyes are just really fatigued from all this blue light emission that we're getting from our digital devices. So these are really great. They're typical readers, so you can get them in all different kinds of magnification. But they're from Peepers. And oh, by the way, Peepers also happens to be Oprah's favorite readers as well. She always includes some Peepers in her holiday gift guide, so we're kind of copying Oprah here. But there's more than 200 styles and color combos. They fit any kind of face, look that you have, round, oval, long, whatever. And again, the blue light blocking is really great. And then I have several pairs, because I, as many people, can't always find the readers that I need. But I have one pair at my desk all the time. I have one on my nightstand, and I have one in my Caregiver Wellness go bag, which was part of our holiday gift guide suggestions for last year. We're going to also include the go bag again, not in these videos, but we're going to have it on the website, because all of this stuff is also going to be on the website, so you can get really quick links to all of the shopping sites that we're mentioning. And then you can see my Peepers there down at the bottom. They're the blue quartz. I think that's the style there is called the Audrey. But they're really great and one of my favorites. So I just thought I would share those with you. And the great news is they're only $22 to $45. And I think you might even be able to get Black Friday deal on that cost. You can go to peepers.com or amazon.com. Okay, oops, skip forward too fast there. And then this is one of my favorite new things. I came across this company. It's a startup. And they really just launched, but I think this is brilliant. And as we all know, caregiver burnout is a really big thing. It is a very big deal. And it's a big deal for family caregivers, but burnout is also really a big deal for professional caregivers. And so we're always talking about, well, you need to get respite breaks. You need to take time for me time. You need a self-care break. But it's hard, right? I mean, our schedules are just overpacked, and it's hard to think about ourselves and pull ourselves away from all the responsibilities of life and, put some time on the calendar for us. But here's a great way to not only show love to the caregiver in your life, but also to kind of encourage them to go for it and get that respite break, get that self-care break. So, the National Alliance for Caregiving and AARP came out with their Caregiving in the U.S. Report this year, showing that we now have 20 million more family caregivers in the country, 63 million Americans are caring for an adult. And then we have 2 million grandparents who are also caring for younger grandchildren. And then in that subset of caregivers are the sandwich generation, caring for both younger kids and older parents or grandparents. So we got all kinds of people involved in this role of family caregiver. And, we all know that caregiving is given with love. We do it because we want to honor our loved ones. But that doesn't mean that we don't get burned out. Burnout can still creep up on you. And so we need to get these mini breaks to refresh and unwind our minds. And we can't just do it once a year. It has to be pretty regular. I encourage people to get 7-minute breaks at least once a week. I would say get a little bit of a longer break if you can, once a month, and then maybe a really long, like a vacation break if you can, sometime during the year. But here's the deal. This new company is called Respitely, and it is an innovative new way to gift the family caregiver that you know. So maybe wife or husband, sister or brother, coworker, neighbor, friend, or if you have a professional caregiver that you want to say thank you to this holiday season, give them that much needed break from their caregiving duties to find some me time. And they also allow you to get these care credit gift cards that can also pay for things like flowers. So you choose the amount that you want the care credit to be. They start at $50. They go all the way up to $10,000, which is pretty good. But I would say $50 is also awesome, and it's going to be so appreciated. But you buy the care credit, and then you gift that to your caregiver and or your sister or wife, or like I said, whomever in your life is the caregiver. And then they redeem the gift when they can. So they know they have it and they can plan and schedule for it. But like I said, it's kind of a little bit of a kick in the butt. It's like, okay, yeah, I should get a little me time to go do something for myself. And I've got this care credit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the care credit to have a professional respite worker come in, watch over mom or dad or whatever it is, while I go get, a little bit of this self-care time. So it's really compassion in a card. And then again, 1% of every contribution goes to the Respitely Care Impact Program, which is funding relief and support for caregivers and families in need. So check it out. I think this is a really great idea. And respitlycares.com is the website where you can go buy these care credits for the caregiver in your life. And then finally, I wanted to share with you just some really great caregiver shopping resources. These are all great friends of ours at Caregiving Club. So if it's your older loved one that you need to look up, whether it's just personal care items and essentials, or whether it's even, medical durable equipment that you might need for the home, CareWell is one of our favorites. We love them. And Bianca has been on our podcast before. Caregiver Products also has a lot of really great stuff. Journey Health and Lifestyle, they've also been on the podcast. They do really great stuff. You're going to see some of that in the older adults version of this holiday gift guide that we do. And then Best Buy Health does a lot of the age tech. And then for dementia care, there's the allsauthors.com, so you can find movies, books, documentaries, all kinds of really great stuff that way. The Alzheimer's store has been around a long time and includes a lot of stuff. Now, 2 new players in this dementia care products shopping are Eugeria and Relish. I really highly encourage you to check them out. They're doing very innovative work, curating some very great products. And then for you, for your self-care needs, there's like so much. We could have a list of like 100 different online shopping, retail shopping, bricks and mortar, whatever. But some of the ones that I really like, because they do focus on the caregiver, they actually market it that way. So Anthropologie's got some good self-care stuff. Brookstone certainly has a lot of more of what we would think of as the physical wellness, all of the muscle relaxation, foot relaxation kind of stuff. The Happy Hygge gifts, again, Hygge being from Denmark. Harry and David actually has a caregiver thank you box, which I think is great. Home Court is all about kind of scents. That's actually from the actress Courtney Cox, has created Home Court, but it's really beautiful scents for the home. Tommy Copper, again, does a lot of that muscle relaxation. And then as you've seen in our gift guides, Uncommon Goods has so many different products that really help out and are really innovative and all of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video version of our 5th annual 2025 holiday gift guide ideas for caregiver wellness. And again, don't forget to check out our gift guides for older adult wellness and also wellness in the home. Those are all going to be on our YouTube channel. And we would love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are building our subscriber base because we're doing so much more content there now. And we're also going to have this in a reading format. It's going to be on the website at caregivingclub.com. And so you can check out all of the photos and images. And I said, we'll have the links. We'll also have all of the previous gift guides, but you can also view those gift guides on our YouTube channel. And so I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we hope you have joy all year long. Take care and stay well.